Okay, what advice would you share for the first 3 to 6 months in the workplace at your role from your learning experience?
Of course. And I know we come back to the same things again, but I'll talk about it differently and how they're important. In the first two, let's say 3 to 6 months, that is kind of your grace period. Just because it is your grace period doesn't mean you don't do anything and they'll still be forgiving or pardon you. It's not that. These 3 to 6 months, they're quietly observing you and monitoring you and how you go about things. Again, as you said it perfectly when you said every single day, the 8 hours you're working, you're campaigning for yourself. That was very, very well said. You have to realize in your job, you are your own advocate. Um, every single meeting matters because what you say is you kind of stamping what kind of work you're doing. How you show up is you kind of stamping what kind of a worker you are. You highlighting the people you talk to and what kind of work you accomplish is you showing how much you're working hard and reaching out to others to get the job done. Every time you show up professionally on a call, at a meeting, at an email, at a chat, you are constantly showing and displaying who you are as a worker. And that applies in the first 3 to 6 months too. You have to be from day one someone pleasant and positive to work with, and of course communicate. Number two, the very first project you were given or assigned says a lot about who you are. First impressions are not always correct, but they're still very heavy. So in your first assignment, you want to leave a very strong impression, even if you're making mistakes, even if you're taking a little longer time than you may need initially, because you're getting to know things, but how you do it, how you present it, and your whole approach throughout it is what will kind of stay in people's heads. And third is how you are planning out your own growth and journey in your first 3 to 6 months. Other people are not going to come and tell you, okay, in the first 3 to 6 months, I want you to prove me in XYZ way on how you are quickly transitioning into our company, into our team, and taking up work. They want to see what kind of goals you are setting for yourself, and that will tell you what kind of a person you are and what kind of an employee they hired. These three ways, the key ones, how you talk and what kind of personality you have, how you start doing your first few assignments, and what kind of goals you are setting for yourself is what they're looking out for mostly. Because every worker, it's not just new hires, there are different tools and different ways that each company uses. For example, we use a tool called Lattice. That's where every employee sets up their goals quarterly, and the entire team can see it, especially managers, because they want to see what kind of goals you are setting for yourself each quarter and how strongly they align with the company's or the team's goals. Um, if you're not being consistent in them and you think, oh, it's just some other random tool, I don't think anyone cares about what my goals are, it's probably just for me, you're wrong. A few days later, your manager will come in away and be like, by the way, did you set your goals? I was wondering if I saw them or not. Everyone's trying to see whether you are someone who wants to achieve, how ambitious and driven you are. And when they're reading your goals, they don't want to see random stuff. They want to see, are you strategic in the goals you're setting? Are you someone who cares about improving? Are you someone who's trying to be a valuable member? Are you someone who's trying to meet the objectives and key results? They are constantly measuring you in that way. And of course, when you're given your first task or assignment, don't feel pressure. I know no one is expecting you to do it perfectly and seamlessly right away, but they are going to check your approach. It's not about whether you are showing perfection, but they want to see, okay, I want to see what kind of approach they have. Are they someone who, some people spend too much time researching the solution. Some people spend too little time asking questions and just being stuck on a problem on themselves. Some people start too late. I've noticed in your first assignment, the things they're looking for is if you are stuck on something, are you someone who reaches out? You'll consistently see your seniors and managers say, I'd rather have someone ask me sooner instead of being stuck on a problem themselves just because they have an ego that they want to prove that only they can solve it themselves. That doesn't matter. Time is rather they care about someone who understands that time is more important than me being right and me being at the sync up saying, oh, I did this entirely by myself. People care more about other things. They want to see if you can prioritize those things. They want to see if you allocate your time for different sections.
Scrum. It's like the Scrum. The whole Scrum,
Exactly.
right?
It's the
Estimation.
entire Scrum process, the entire I don't know if things have changed. You used to tell us, oh my God, update your Jira boards. Don't take your Jira boards lightly. Don't take your Jira boards lightly. Maybe you don't know this, but your Jira board is connected to a metric system, which I know you had it on our portal as well. How much you're completing your work and how much you are arranging your Jira board is constantly measuring how each worker is being productive and getting things done. You have to have a strong understanding of the Scrum and Agile system, and your Jira boards are very important because always remember, as you said a while ago, you're constantly campaigning for yourself. That is in your work, that is in your communication, that is in your sync up calls, that is in your chats, that is on your Jira board. Everything that is on display that is on your goals that are for public viewing. You have to you better believe that people are definitely checking everything. People are quietly observing you and monitoring you, taking note of everything, especially other people like managers. They're especially skilled in reading people. My managers constantly, I've overheard them talk about, they're trying to get a read on people. They're trying to understand your personality. They're trying to understand your mindset. Even if you don't know everything perfectly, they want to see, okay, but can I confirm that this person is a hard worker? Can I confirm that this person tries, is accountable, understands priorities, understands responsibility, understands communication? Very, very important. And in the first 3 to 6 months, that is what they're focused on. Your approach, how you plan out your solutions, how much you try to meet deadlines, how organized you are, how far and how much you're willing to go and be a self-starter and take the initiatives to reach out and do what needs to be done without needing constant supervision. No one wants to spoon feed you, which I know everything Shiblu sir used to say, you get to the job market, you realize, oh, he wasn't just saying it. It is so real. So in this first 3 to 6 months, please be careful about how you're presenting yourself, what kind of strategies you design, what you say and how you act and how you approach your tasks, because you're being monitored. No, again, don't be nervous. No one is expecting perfection, but people are definitely expecting someone who's putting in the effort and trying to get a sense of things.
So basically, all these things are organic, and all these things have to be natural. How to do this? Throughout the bootcamp, if you follow the every single steps professionally to follow the right visibility, communication, etiquette, then things will be organic. Because you just cannot do these kind of things like the day one. It is humanly impossible. You can learn a tool, how to copy and paste. Yes, but these kind of things, not only you, the company CEO, C-level people also practice every day. This is the reason throughout the bootcamp is the key. How, even if you get a job, when you get a job, how you'll survive. This is the bootcamp, the recipe. You actually focus on your soft skills. So soft skill means everything we are talking is all about the soft skills. It's called the cultural activities in your job. Okay?
And